Texas Tech University has a huge impact on Lubbock and the surrounding area, but there's more ways for students to get involved than just heading to class. Coming up, we'll have a look at a set of week-long events that could give you a chance to make an impact on the local community.
An academic symposium in its 6th year of existence brought dozens of educators and researchers from around the world to Texas Tech. Find out how the event's visit to Lubbock marked a big milestone for the symposium next.
And with Texas Tech football off the schedule for the weekend, one other athletic team stepped up and took the spotlight with another victory over a ranked team. MCTV's Brogan Stewart will be in the studio with a look at the red-hot Red Raiders soccer team and more in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Uvie Bikomo.
And I'm Kristen Soza. Throughout the fall and spring semesters, groups here on campus host themed weeks that offer students the chance to have some fun, get involved, or stir up some school spirit.
That's right, Kristen. And from now through Friday, you have multiple chances to help out those in need during a special week-long series of events. Service Week officially kicked off this morning with the fall edition of the Volunteer Fair in the Sub Ballroom. The Volunteer Fair is a biannual event that gives students a chance to learn about volunteer opportunities in the Lubbock and South Plains area. Representatives from groups here on campus, along with area nonprofit organizations, hosted information tables where attendees could stop by and learn about their group. The biannual fair is organized by the Student Activities Board, who is also planning some other activities for Service Week.
We organize many different volunteer opportunities for the student population of Texas Tech. And some of the things we do are just different 6-minute service projects. We have 2 coming up this week, care packages and Fill a Heart, Fill a Pillow. And for care packages, we're going to be making some donation items for the Salvation Army of Lubbock.
The Fall Volunteer Fair wrapped up at 1 p.m. this afternoon, but there are still plenty of options to get involved here on campus and beyond. For more information on volunteer opportunities, you can contact the Student Union and Activities Office by calling 742-4708 or sending an email to studentunion@ttu.edu.
Service Week continues tomorrow with 2 events that will give you the chance to help out the Texas Tech community. Starting at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, students will have the chance to volunteer at the TTU Recycling Center. Students can sign up for 1-hour shifts that will continue until 3 p.m. To sign up for a shift, visit the Service Week website listed below. And tomorrow afternoon, representatives from Raider Red's Food Pantry will be at the sub from noon until 2 p.m. at a table across from the main info desk. Students interested in the pantry, what they do, and how to get involved can stop by and get all that information and more during tomorrow's event. If you can't make it to Tuesday's info session, you can also visit foodpantry.ttu.edu. For a list of all of this week's Service Week activities, visit sab.ttu.edu and click on Service Week under the Quick Links section of the page.
Members of the worldwide academic community made a trip to Lubbock last week for an annual symposium, making its debut in the United States. Starting last Friday, Texas Tech University hosted the 6th Annual Animation and Public Engagement Symposium. The symposium included presentations by 38 different people from 11 countries over the course of 3 days. The presentation focused on therapeutic, educational, and informational effect that animation has on our world. The symposium also featured keynote speakers Bella Hones-Rowe and Dan Torrey, who are experts in the field of animation research. The beginning of the APES Symposium on Friday marked an important milestone for the 3-day event. It was the first time APES had been hosted in a location outside of the United Kingdom. Texas Tech will now officially be the U.S. home for the conference every other year.
Over the weekend, the South Plains saw some much-needed rainfall as a storm front moved through the area from Thursday night through early Sunday morning.
That's right, Kristen. Here on the Tech campus alone, we saw over 2 inches of rain in a little over 24 hours. So should you keep your umbrellas handy as we head into the last week of September? MCTV's Madison Hartin joins us in the studio with a look at this week's forecast. Madison?
Thanks, guys. Well, it's actually really funny that you mentioned the rain. Right now, looking live at our MCTV tower cam, we can see that we're actually getting a couple little droplets of rain here and there. So this is the last of that moisture front that's been coming out here, that's been keeping the air nice and moist the last couple days and has been giving us all that rain. That has actually been coming from the Gulf Coast, actually, because they are getting a lot of tropical thunderstorms right there. And as the southeasterly wind blows into Lubbock, that's what's been carrying all that moisture. But a change in the wind patterns later this week is actually going to stir things up a little bit, and we should see a break from the rainy weather. Looking into today, our high temperatures climbed all the way up to 82 degrees, and right now for the Lubbock metropolitan area, we have a 30% chance of rain, and again, that southerly wind coming from 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then looking into tonight, it's going to drop down to be actually a little bit colder. 66 is going to be our low for tonight. Cloudy and mild temperatures, and that southeasterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, a fun fact, the coldest time of the day is actually right before the sun comes up. So if you have early morning classes, you might want to start taking a jacket there because it is going to start to get a little bit colder. Our rain for today is going to be just a little bit east of us. It's not going to be directly above us like it's been the last couple days, and a little bit north of us, and a little bit north of us too. And honestly, we're not going to be seeing that torrential downpour like we've been seeing the last couple days. We're not going to be seeing as much flooding. Looking into our cool temperatures, today is actually the first day of fall. It's the autumnal equinox. And so everyone's asking, where are these fall temperatures? Where's like the cool, crisp sweater and scarf weather? Well, it's not here yet. We're still dealing with summer weather. Our low temperatures for the South Plains are about the mid-60s right now, which is fairly average for this time of year. And the high temperatures really aren't climbing up to all that high. We're not having the 100-degree weather like we were having at the beginning of the school year. We are dropping down to fairly moderate temperatures, upper 80s, low 90s. It's fairly at moderate temperatures right now, so even the hot isn't really that hot. So you have a little bit of a break from the heat. For Tuesday, the high is going to climb up to 87 degrees, low of 67, and that southerly wind still coming at 10 to 15 miles per hour, so it's still going to be fairly humid. But Wednesday is when we're actually going to start to see a break on it, and the air is going to start to get dry again as the wind is coming from the south by southwest instead of directly south of us or to the southeast. Again, 10 to 15 miles per hour, fairly moderate winds. And 90 degrees is going to be our high for the day, 66 is going to be our low. And Thursday we can see that wind is going to be continuing from the south by southwest. So again, very dry air. We're not going to be seeing a chance of rain for those times. High of 88, low of 66. So fairly normal for this week. And it looks like that we're not going to be seeing much of a change as the week goes on. From right now, we can see the weekend is going to be fairly similar to later in this week, but that could change. So definitely tune in Thursday to find out what the weather is going to be. Madison Hartin for MCTV, back to you.
Thanks, Madison. Throughout the year, the art building here on campus serves two main purposes: a place for students to learn and a gallery to show off student work. And from now through the end of the week, you have a chance to see some unique creations by Texas Tech students. The second year MFA student exhibition is currently on display in the Art Building's Landmark Gallery. The exhibit includes works created by students in the Master of Fine Arts program. The current display includes paintings, sculptures, and metalwork spread out through the gallery space. The second year MFA student exhibition is the first of several gallery displays featuring work by students in the School of Arts program. The next exhibition featuring student work will be a Dia de los Muertos display that will be set up in late October. For a full list of exhibitions in the Art Building's galleries, visit art.ttu.edu and click on the Landmark Arts tab at the top of the page.
As we mentioned earlier, Service Week is taking place here on campus from now until Friday. But those aren't the only events happening on campus this week. Here's a look at some of the options on the MCTV's events calendar. Starting tomorrow, graduating seniors can head across campus for a one-stop shop for everything related to fall commencement. The annual graduation fair is scheduled from Tuesday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Mackenzie Market Alumni Center. During the fair, attendees can purchase a class ring, get fitted for a cap and gown, take senior pictures, and even learn about options after graduation. The graduation fair is hosted once each semester by the Texas Tech Alumni Association, and it's free and open to all students.
If graduation is still a ways off in your future, but you're already thinking about life after school, an annual event may be a great option to help you brush up on some professional etiquette. The fall edition of the Mocktail Party will be taking place at the Mackenzie Marquette Alumni Center tomorrow night. Starting at 5 p.m., students will gather in the Alumni Center's banquet hall to learn tips on how to interact at a professional networking reception. The event features food, drinks, and local business professionals to help you brush up on your skills and look like a pro. The fall mocktail party is free and open to all students, but a reservation is required. For more info on tomorrow's event, visit the University Career Center's website at careercenter.ttu.edu and look for upcoming events.
And once you've brushed up on your networking skills, why not put them to good use at the biannual All Majors Job Fair? This semester's fair will be taking place on Wednesday from noon to 4 p.m. in the Sub Ballroom. Representatives from dozens of businesses will be on hand looking for potential full-time and part-time employees or students seeking an internship. Unlike many job fairs held on campus, all students with any major are encouraged to stop by and take part in the fair. The Fall All Majors Job Fair is organized by the University Career Center and is free and open to the tech community.
A former Red Raider is being remembered today after his passing over the weekend.
MCTV's Brogan Stewart joins us now with a look at that story and more in sports. Brogan?
Thanks, Uvie and Kristen. The Texas Tech football program and Red Raider Nation are mourning the loss of E.J. Hullum. Hullum was a well-known two-way player for the Red Raiders during the 1958 and 1959 seasons. During his time at Tech, Hullum was named a first-team All-American at center in 1958 and 1959, making him the first Red Raider to receive an All-American honors twice in a career. E.J. Hullum passed away Saturday at the age of 81. Texas Tech soccer headed to Tampa, Florida to face the 22nd ranked USF Bulls on Saturday. The Red Raiders were led by Kristen Davis and Charlotte Teeter, who both netted a goal apiece to down the Bulls 2-1. The win over the Bulls finishes the non-conference schedule for the Red Raiders, and they are undefeated against non-conference ranked opponents in the last 2 seasons. Texas Tech soccer will begin Big 12 play on Thursday as the Oklahoma State Cowgirls come to town for a 7 p.m. first kick. The Houston Astros were able to clinch their third AL West title in 3 years this weekend. The Astros clinched the AL West in a win over the Los Angeles Angels and also marked the final regular season home game for the Astros. Both Texas NFL teams won on Sunday as the Dallas Cowboys rolled the Miami Dolphins 31-6. This improves the Cowboys to 3-0 for the first time since 2008. The Houston Texans survived a last-second comeback drive by the Los Angeles Chargers to win 27-20 on the road. The Texans improved to 2-1 on the season. The Cowboys will travel to New Orleans to play the Saints Sunday night, while the Texans play the Carolina Panthers on Sunday at noon. That's all for sports. Back to you, Kristen and Uvie.
Thanks, Brogan. So, Uvie, are you planning to stop by any of the Service Week activities?
You know, I'm actually considering going to the graduate fair. I'm graduating next semester, and I think it might be very helpful. How about you?
Well, you know, I'm about to graduate too, so it's probably going to be a good idea for me to go as well. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.